everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Danielle and this is Danielle's Books. Thanks for stopping by, and this is going to be my first TBR of 2023. Woo-woo! I'm excited to do this. Also, it's freezing in my house right now. Our furnace is like low-key not working. So I got like double layers going. I've got a blanket on, so I'm just trying to like stay warm while doing this. So sorry about that. But yeah, this is going to be my first TBR of the new year, and I'm really excited about it. I kind of have a good amount of books on here I'm hoping to get to. I've been in a little bit of a reading slump the past like 2.5 weeks because I had 3 or 4 2-star books like in a row, and then I was like, okay, I clearly like can't read right now. And then I started my new job. So we're planning to get back into it with hopefully one of these and start the year off with a bang. So before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to this channel because I would love to have you. And also check out everything down below. I'll have these books linked down below. And then I'll also have like Bookstagram, TikTok, Zach's channel linked down below, all that good stuff. So let's jump into the books. And the first one I'm going to talk about is the buddy read for Zach and I. We usually do a buddy read every month. I don't know if this is going up before or after the like 2023 goals video, but we're going to alternate between thriller and horror books for our buddy reads, and you guys are all welcome to join them as well. So we're starting with a backlist book that's also not as talked about, and that is Take Me Apart by Sarah Sliger. This one I've only heard like not many people talk about at all, and it sounded really interesting to me. So this one says, what really happened to Miranda Brand? When the famed photographer Miranda Brand died mysteriously at the height of her career, it sent shockwaves through California. Decades later, old wounds are reopened when her son Theo hires the ex-journalist Kate to create an archive of his mother's work. So basically, this is a breathtaking, nuanced novel of psychological suspense. Take Me Apart paints a vivid picture of 2 magnetic young women facing their demons in separate decades. This book was her debut, and I'm just really intrigued by it. And I kind of like doing a book that not as many people have heard about, because then hopefully we'll like it, and then we can get some more people on that bandwagon. So that is book number 1, and that one's pretty much a guarantee to at least try. December's buddy read did not go very well. That is one of the books I gave 2 stars, so we gotta step up our game a little bit here. Next up, I guess I'll talk about Mother Thing by Ainsley Hogarth. First of all, this cover is amazing, and this is what I want to read because of Reading Riley's book club, the Midnight Book Society, I think is what it's called. And then this is her January book, and I really have been wanting to read this. I really like her channel, so seems like a good time to try and pick it up. This one I know almost nothing about. This was very much so a cover buy, and I kind of want to keep it that way, but I'm sure that Elizabeth, pitched the book on her like announcement video, so I can link that down below, or her channel down below. Definitely check it out if you haven't already, because she's an awesome booktuber. So that's book number 2. Now I'm going to go into some thrillers. So last year I made a video called, like popular thrillers I haven't read yet but want to. So I want to try and read some books off of that list. And then I also want to keep reading books off of my 23 books to read in 2023 video, which I can link that above. So the one I want to read off of the first list is The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. No, I have not read this book. Also, I don't know what the twist is, and I feel like that's pretty shocking because I feel like I'm one of the last people to read this book, and so I literally don't know anything about it. So that's kind of exciting for me because then I can go into this pretty much blind, but let me see if there's a little bit of a blurb. It says, shocking, thought-provoking, and deeply twisted, The Silent Patient is a spellbinding psychological thriller about violence, obsession, and the dark side of passion. So I've heard this has like one of the best plot twists people have ever read. So that has me intrigued. I'm all about a good plot twist. So that's definitely, that one's pretty much a guarantee to read in January because, like I said, I want to start checking books off of that list. So yeah, that's another one on the list. And then a 2022 release that I never got to is The Maid by Nita Prose. So Zach really enjoyed this book, and so I was interested in it right away when he read it. And this is actually the first book he read last year, so I've been interested in it for a little while. I think this one's about a maid named Molly who like stumbles upon a dead body in like one of the rooms she's cleaning, and I think she ends up being like a suspect. It says a dead body is one mess she can't clean up on her own. I've heard it says it's both a clue-like locked room mystery and a heartwarming journey of the spirit. And Zach said that Molly is a really likable character, so I'm intrigued to read this one. And I can't remember if this was on one of those videos. I'll have to double check that, but it's just one that I really want to read. So there's that. And now let's move on to a library book I have, and that is A Dowry of Blood by S.T. Gibson. This one is mainly just because of the hype of the book. I know that this is really popular, especially on BookTube. I know a lot of people have read this. I think that it was in like the Goodreads like top 10 last year for horror. And I know that this is a book that has become people's like all-time favorite book. So that has me really interested. This says, "This is my last love letter to you, though some would call it a confession." It's a sensational novel and a darkly seductive tale of Dracula's first bride. Ooh. Yeah, so I got this one from my local library, and I'm hoping to get to it also in January. I'm really, really intrigued with this one. This is one that I don't think that Zach was ever super intrigued with, so hopefully I'll like it, and then I can try and get him to read it too. So there's A Dowry of Blood, and then this one is also, the last two are actually inspired by Zach completely. These Silent Woods by Kimmy Cunningham Grant. This one Zach really, really enjoyed. He said that it had, like a heartwarming ending, I think is what he said. This one is going to be in, I guess this is like spoiler. This is in his top 10 somewhere. I guess I won't tell you where. Actually, this video will probably go up after that. So yeah, this made it in his top 5 of the year. And so I'm really intrigued with it. I know that other people who have read it that have really highly praised the book too. Let's see if I can find a blurb. I think this is about a dad and daughter who are just like trying to survive. No electricity, no family, no connection to the outside world. Vividly atmospheric and a masterfully tense, poignant story of survival, sacrifice, and how far a father will go when faced with losing it all. Nice. So I think it's like a father and daughter who are pretty much off the grid. Like no one even like knows about them, and they only go out like just to get like supplies and food and all of that. So I'm really intrigued with this. It's also pretty short, so yeah, like I said, I've heard nothing but good things about this book, so I definitely want to give this a try. So we're going to put that on the January TBR, and then the last two I'm going to talk about. So I read my first King book in 2022. I read it in October for our buddy read, and that was Carrie. And I enjoyed the book for the most part. I think I ended up giving it 4 stars. There was a couple things that that didn't work for me, so it wasn't a full 5. It might have been like a 4.5 or something. I don't really remember. But I want to try and read more Stephen King this year. I'm definitely not putting a like goal on that or putting any pressure on myself, because his books for the most part are pretty long and very wordy, so I've heard, and I just want to make sure I'm picking up ones that I think that I'm actually genuinely going to like, because I don't want a Stephen King book to be the reason why I go in a reading slump. So I have 2 set aside that I might want to try and get to. I probably wouldn't read both of them, but the 2 I'm choosing between are The Shining by Stephen King. I think this one was on my 23 books to read in 2023. I'm not totally sure on that, but I think we all know what The Shining is about. And then that's one that I have seen the movie adaptation for, and I really like the movie. I know that it's completely different. Don't come for me, whatever. And then the other one is Firestarter by Stephen King. This one I've only seen bits and pieces of the movies. Zach watched like all of these Stephen King adaptations between like 2021 and 2022. He would just like always watch them, and I would like be in the room, but I wouldn't be like just sitting there like watching the movies. So I've seen bits and pieces of a lot of different Stephen King adaptations, and this is one of them. The Shining, I saw the whole way through, so I'm excited to read The Shining just because I can put like faces to the characters, and I think that that'll help me get through the book. So yeah, these are two that I am excited to try and get to. And I think that about wraps up my TBR. So let me know what books you want to get to start off the year. And if you have any of the same as me, let me know. And if you have read some of these books, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Just like comment, and I'll try and get back to everybody. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and don't forget to subscribe because I would love to have you, and I hope you have a great day whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!